Hello everyone, YouTube, CKTV, it's Kieran Kyo, the Kyokster. I hope you're all doing well. I haven't done a video in a few weeks, but I've had need to do it today because this morning we got news. The online wrestling community, the internet wrestling community, got news that a very legendary figure has passed away. Jim Hellwig, of course, took his wrestling name and changed it in his real life as well for copyright purposes. Warrior, known as Warrior, that's his actual name, but he has passed away, known as the Ultimate Warrior in the history of wrestling. Just had been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame there on Friday night, or on Saturday night, and Sunday he appeared at WrestleMania, and then on Monday night he was on Monday Night Raw. The next day he was staying in a hotel in Phoenix, I think it was Phoenix, Arizona, and he was walking apparently to his car and he dropped dead. It's been said now, it might have been a massive heart attack, or it could have been an aneurysm or a stroke or something of that nature, but the bottom line is he's dead. But it's very, very sad. Any wrestling fan, anybody that has watched it over the years, myself, I've watched it from about 1990, 91, watched all the other stuff in before that, some the YouTube videos before that, but I'm a long time follower of professional wrestling, as you all know, and I think the this passing of the Ultimate Warrior is something that a lot of people look at in one of the big things this year's WrestleMania. One of the big things, the WrestleMania this year. There's no doubt about it. It definitely is a very big tragedy. 54 years of age, I should say. He passed away at 54, like it says on the screen there. He had some great memorable moments in wrestling, including his big rivalries with Hulk Hogan. Of course, their massive match at WrestleMania 6 got Match of the Year 1990, and then their return match at WCW's Halloween Havoc in 1998 actually got the worst Match of the Year. So he has had really opposite kind of runs and stuff in wrestling, but he was someone that a lot of people would have they remember this guy. He was always a larger than life, such as energetic, larger than life type character. I think it's safe to say he would be in a lot of people's top 5, top 10 wrestlers of all time. He came in and out. He was a bit of a journeyman in the world of wrestling, and he came in and out of the companies, but he definitely made big impact in the world of professional wrestling. His tenures were WrestleMania 4, he came in and took on Hercules in 1988, and then he stayed in WWE until 1992, leaving there in mid-92, or leaving there in 1991, the summer of 91, and due to a contract negotiations bust up with McMahon and the company, he left then and came back in early 92 in WrestleMania 8 in 1982, when he came in and helped Hulk Hogan, spawning his rivalry with Papa Shango and Sid Justice. And then he left in late 92 once again because he wasn't showing up to venues and he wasn't happy with his contract and stuff, apparently. That was when they had the storyline that the Warrior just vanished. He was a tag team partner of the Macho Man Randy Savage at that time. They were known as the Ultimate Maniacs. And you remember Savage and the Warrior. When you think about that, Savage came back and done loads of promotion for WWE in 2012 for the video game All Stars. And sure, it ended up that Savage was he died shortly after he came back. So it's strange that it really is really fitting for some of these people. They come back and make peace with their they were in exile for a long time, these stars, came back and made peace with their long-time boss, Vince McMahon, and the company, and then all of a sudden they die. Is that about closure? Is it about stuff like keeping kind of making they made peace, now they're free to go kind of thing, and they forgive a lot of forgive each other and stuff? Maybe you could look at it that way. It's hard to know, but definitely all we know is that the Ultimate Warrior will be missed from the world of wrestling. He was to be, for the next 2 years after signing a Legends contract, he signed a 2-year contract with WWE to be an ambassador for the company. A lot of questions could be raised. A lot of the people in WWE didn't like him. A lot of the legends that he would have worked with have a lot of bad stuff to say about him. There was a lot of when he was back for WrestleMania weekend, there was a lot of people, they embraced a lot of each other and stuff, and there was, all the bad mouthing that was done on YouTube towards each other was kind of forgotten about for the weekend or whatever. But I think you have to look at it in the long term, and hopefully, just hope that there was no bad kind of thing that happened. But chances are, I think, they talk about him having had maybe a massive heart attack or something. The chances are it's the long-term drug abuse, or the long-term steroid abuse that the Warrior and the likes of Hogan and the likes of these different big names had over the years. And the 80s was rampant for that kind of stuff. There was no drug policies in wrestling or anything, and of course there's been no unions in wrestling. They work over 300 days a year, and they don't have any time off really, except for when they have injuries or whatever. And it's very sad that this people really look at them as gimmicks when they are probably the hardest workers around really, as far as sports and stuff, because it's such a continuous thing. And they as well as that, they have such a rigorous schedule, and also such traveling, and they're on the road the whole time, away from families and stuff, and it's very it's very kind of venomous to someone's life, that in ways doesn't help situations like that.